Welcome into the Ringerverse. This is, of course, the Ringers Nexus podcast feed for all things fandom. We are Steve, the architect, Ahlman, the builder and tinker of things. We are Jomi, the explainer, Adeniran. We've got questions. He's got answers. We are Old Man Van, he of the receding resurgent hairline. We are Coke, Baby, Chuck, the 24-karat closer, a.k.a. the brunch hottie, joined in studio today by Aleya in Paris, Zenieris, and the Hershey hunk himself.
Hershey hunk is insane.
You got it. That's actually not bad.
The Hershey hunk himself.
That's good.
Jonathan Kermah, Arjuna, Ramgopal as well. Collectively, we are known as the Midnight Boys. By the way, anybody out there that's mad about the fact that I'm giving straight up props to the people helping us make these beautiful videos, you can get off my dick.
Who's mad about? Who's
a
mad?
lot of people
Crediting?
a lot of people are going, hey. This is what I'll say to you. I would like to shout out the video team and everybody who's busting their ass to make all of this video.
Let's clap it up.
Clap it up.
Video team.
Okay? Because there's a lot of stuff that's happening here, and I feel like it's increasing the value and increasing what it is that we do here. And it's not just us. It takes a lot of people. So shout out to them, Kerm, Aleya, Arjuna. We really appreciate you guys. Okay. Now back to things that matter. Jomi,
what is
socials? What's up? TikTok, Facebook, follow us on socials, the whole nine. What the hell's going on?
I mean, the content's been great, man. House of the Dragon has been proven to be a boom for us on the socials, man. So y'all continue to
Stop looking so
follow.
thirsty, bro.
It's not. What do you?
You see the hunger in his eyes.
It's just like I don't like this, bro. Like,
You don't like me doing my job. See what I'm saying?
nah,
I really
just
can't.
don't be cool about it.
Again, we keep having the same conversation. We have to stop having this conversation. It's my job to be thirsty. I have to.
That's insane.
That's what I got to do. I got to play to the memes. I got to play to the jokes.
When you
I
took
gotta-
the interview, and you're like, how thirsty can you be?
That is the look. There's a
The hot D go
Let
crazy,
me stop
Joe?
talking. Stop talking. Hot D do go crazy.
Wow.
Hot D go crazy. Hot D go crazy.
We're now on YouTube. You can watch every Midnight Boys House of R and Talk to Thrones episodes on youtube.com/@Ringerverse. Like, comment, and subscribe. Also, you guys, it's coming up. The Ringerverse will be live at the El Rey Theater this summer in LA. We'll be there on July 17th. You guys excited about that?
Yeah,
That's right.
Talk to Thrones will be there June 25th. That's this week.
Tomorrow.
That's this
some would
week.
say.
Tuesday.
That's tomorrow.
Mhm.
Hell
Some
yeah.
would say, yeah.
Check out theringer.com/events for more information. You guys going to Talk to Thrones tomorrow?
I will be there.
I will be there.
Charles?
Yeah, I just realized that it was tomorrow. Motherfuckers didn't give me the invite, but it's fine.
We've
Hold
been
on for a
saying it
second.
for weeks.
Wait a second.
We've warned you plenty.
It's June 25th. Do I have to buy a ticket to go?
No, we'll probably just let you come.
Arjuna, you sure?
Yeah, don't worry, man. We know people, man. Don't
We'll
worry.
slide
We
you
got
the
you.
invite.
Yeah.
Like usually, this is on the mid. It's like you should have been like, all right, yo, when we go in, like we go into Van's house first, we chilling,
Yeah.
pop up as a crew. Nobody said anything. All right,
Let's make a plan. You know what else?
Hmm.
Let's crash their shit.
hell yeah.
Because let's be honest, when I think about this, they're getting too much time. Because
Getting too much.
It would
it
be
is because
honestly insane.
they got two shows and we only got one. Because Talk to Throne, it's true.
It's a whole nother show.
Are you gonna let me do it? Or
All
you
right,
too
yeah, I'll
busy?
let you do it.
Like, because I know we have to talk about this. I know. Are you gonna let me make my criticism, or you gonna like jump on the dick of the House of Thrones?
Oh, right.
Like you, because your loyalty has already been. I can't even get the criticism out before Steve's like, that's not fair. That's not fair. That's not fair. House of R. Like, listen, let me get the criticism out. When you think about it, House of R is going to be on stage with us, right?
Yes.
And then they also get their own show with Chris for Talk to Thrones.
Yes.
They're going up 2 times to R1. So it's only fair that we crash their shit tomorrow. Everybody, you might get a Midnight Boys sighting. We might take over tomorrow with bullhorns and different types of things.
Right.
We might crash their party.
Can I pitch y'all on something
even
else?
time. What?
For our show, I feel like we should do a Ken and Friends situation. Can you imagine if we just had all the black podcasts?
All the black podcasts.
Wow. Steve just looking in the wings and be like, damn.
At the end of it,
we got Logan, Wise, Isaiah.
Can we bring
DeMar DeRozan up too?
Shout out MT, Jess, everybody come up there. We have Steve dressed up like a clown.
Yeah,
Steve will be Tommy the Clown. Every Tuesday and Thursday, House of R will deep dive into House of the Dragon and the Acolyte. This Wednesday, Mint Edition comes back with their summer road trip draft. Talk to me. The fuck is that?
We are having a summer content road trip where we're basically taking all of the content that we loved from this summer and we're putting these characters on a road trip to go to a fictional destination. And we're going to see who the driver is, who's got the aux, who's going to be telling the stories, and it'll be a fun time. We got some special guests.
Okay.
Hayden.
Every time.
We can't do this every single time.
I like the idea.
There's no podcast I could sell you.
Because I'll be honest with you, every time I say that, I listen to the episodes, and the episodes are fucking delightful.
Nice and whimsical.
Edition is so good. Like they'll come back and they'll be like, hey, we're doing the top tongues and eyebrows of video games draft. And I'll be like, man, that's crazy. And then you listen to it, and me and Khalid will be like, oh my God, I love this fucking podcast. It's just so good. All right. Every Sunday, Talk to Thrones will be up right after the latest episode of Hot D ends. And goddamn, you needed some therapy after this one. Hot D is kicking a nigga ass. God damn. It's some sad ass shit.
It's tough.
It's not a fun time, but we're having a great time.
On today's show, we're giving you our reactions to episode 2, season 2, of House of the Dragon. Spoiler warning for House of the Dragon. We promise not to give you guys any book spoilers. I don't know. I read the books. I didn't read the book like crazy, but it's hard not to talk about stuff. We're gonna try to keep it contained. We've heard you guys. We appreciate you guys' criticism. No book spoilers. Steve, give me the spoiler warning. We're getting ready to talk about
House of the Dragon.
You're listening to a reaction podcast. The spoilers are coming. To begin the episode, we have to put you in the know. The only person who can do that is Chuck Wagon. The only way to do that is the Midnight Manifest.
All right. This is your Midnight Manifest for House of the Dragon, Rhaenyra the Cruel, directed by Claire Kilner, written by Sarah Hess. The Greens are in a state of dismay after the death of Prince Jaehaerys. Aegon is ready to start a war, while Otto wants to use the death to his advantage by forcing Alicent and Helena to attend a public funeral to drum up support for their cause. Blood confesses to his role in the murder, with Aegon killing him and all the rat catchers throughout the kingdom. Otto is furious at Aegon for this action, but the king, tired of his grandfather, anoints Sir Criston Cole as the new hand of the king for his idea to send Sir Eric, impersonating his twin Sir Eric, to Dragonstone to kill Rhaenyra. Meanwhile, Rhaenyra is furious at the murder of the prince and suspects Daemon. Husband and wife, uncle and niece, get into a heated argument where Rhaenyra doubts that Daemon ever accepted her as his queen, and at night, Sir Eric successfully stops the assassination attempt on Rhaenyra, but falls on his own sword at the grief of murdering his brother. And that's been your Midnight Manifest for this episode of House of the Dragon.
Chuck, give it up. What'd you think?
I think that this episode had some of the best acting and just scene work within the entire series to date.
Mm-hmm.
And there were so many Looney Tunes shenanigans on this episode. It was hard to keep track. So it was very much a whiplash episode where I was just like, oh, this is dope. And then some shit was happening. Like, it's already been said the entire time. I could not concentrate on the funeral at all because I was like, yo, please don't let the little homie's head just roll off, bro.
You thought it was going to happen.
I like the whole time, I was waiting for somebody to like punt that shit like a football. Same thing.
What? Like Baxter?
Because here's the thing, when the shit stops, he's like, his head is like wobbling. It's like a bobblehead, right?
Yeah.
And I was just like, they kept like panning over to all the poor folk. And I was just like, they're going to run away with this head, bro. They're like...
You thought the poor folk were going to take the head of the baby?
You didn't know what they were going to do because they were all like reaching out like zombies. And it was like,
wait, later.
I know, yeah.
And I'm just like, these hungry motherfuckers are just like...
You thought they were going to eat the kid?
I didn't think they were going to eat the kid. I think they were going to use... Like, if I was in that situation, I'm like, damn, that little baby head, like, we can ransom that shit. That could at least.
God damn.
What?
You're trying to flip a
That's
baby
not-
head?
But
You got a baby head fence?
I did feel bad for the kid because I was just like, not only is this just wild the way they stitched that shit on, it was just like Helena and like Alicent had to look at that shit wild. But also the Looney Tunes shit, like, dog, was the look on Sir Criston Cole's face when he's made Hand of the King. I was like,
that's not even
he
the
was
right.
like, sir, me? I was like, all right, bro.
That scene's the funniest scene in all of Game of Thrones.
I loved it.
That's
That's the funniest shit ever.
So this episode for me was both. It was indicative of why I love House of the Dragon so much, and why there is a way. As we talked about this last time, but House of the Dragon has more than it's more than validated its existence as a prequel, right? It's validated its existence as its own story. But also why I like this show in a particular way, this episode is indicative of it because of how it's taking this really intimate story and then like making it about the entire kingdom, right? This is really about a fucked up family. But because it is about all of these interconnected relationships and this person is this person's sister and this person is this person's kid and this person is this, sometimes this shit is hard to watch, man. Like this episode was emotionally gut-wrenching for me. Just the way everything went down and you think about the fact that everybody's related and they don't know how to feel watching someone, like we're talking about kids getting killed and uncles having ordered it and all of this stuff. And it just, for some reason, the scene between Rhaenyra and Daemon was just fucking excruciating to me.
Really?
Yeah, it was very tough to watch because she's coming to terms with the fact that she's really alone. That there's all of this stuff, every single motivation around her, none of it has to do with anyone actually caring about her claim. Everybody's doing it for their own reasons, and he is the biggest culprit of that, right? But every single thing that they do wrong, she's gonna wear it. And she can't impart that to him, and it is so well acted. But Madar is like so well acted that I was like, I felt hopeless. I know where this is going, but for some reason, this episode really, really, really affected me. Man, we end on two twin brothers.
Oh, man.
Fighting each other over a sense of duty, subterfuge, espionage, all of that stuff. Like literally, he looks at his own brother, he looks in the mirror and goes, I love you, but they have to fight. And it's kind of that scene is probably kind of the whole thing in House of the Dragon. And sometimes it's hard to watch.
But for that scene, I was a little bit like, all right, what's going on with security in this motherfucking place? Because first of all, so Criston looks at, Eric and he's just like, hey, I need you to go handle business in Dragonstone. And he's like, alone? And even Otto's like, why the fuck would you send that guy? Like, this isn't a good plan. And then he just like waltzes up into the castle.
He looks just like the guy.
Maybe this is because I'm a twin, but like, if Sir Criston Cole was just like, yo, go impersonate your twin and go walk into enemy territory, I'm like, I'm gonna just call Otto up and like,
I love it. Your
Charles,
brother's
right
boss is like, we need you to imitate your brother and be on a pod.
If your brother came in here right now and sufficiently hated everything, we will waltz that nigga right up here. It would literally take 10 minutes for us not to. It was just people.
And I'm like, Charles?
All your brother would have to do is just say shit was whack. You'd be like, hey, what's up, Charles? Like, hey, well, the fuck? Harrison Ford. Oh, that's Charles.
Now, wait,
what if I ever said against Harrison Ford?
It's coming.
It's coming.
Soon.
It's coming. I don't know why. You're just gonna fucking take it.
When Red Hulk pops out.
Now,
look. So to me, I mean, obviously the plan is it's tough, but
it's tough.
He looks just like him. What the fuck?
Otto literally looked at the two of them being like, bruh, This is what you numbskulls have cooked up. This is your queen.
This was a great Otto episode.
Otto's the MVP of the episode.
Yeah,
I went from hating Otto this entire series to be like, damn, Otto might be the only motherfucker who got some.
You know how I came across in this episode? Otto is essentially around a bunch of inbred imbeciles. Like he is. Otto is essentially around a bunch of inbred imbeciles. They're all stupid. They can't stop fucking. He's the only person that has his eye on the prize. He felt a little bit like Tywin Lannister because when Tywin was the king and Joffrey was going crazy, Tywin would be like, Joffrey, that is not what the king meant. He's the only one that kind of has, I mean, these guys are both fucking assholes, evil assholes, but he's the only one that has any sense. Mm-hmm. And I felt bad for Otto.
I mean, when Otto was like, when he was just like, oh, for real? You really thought your daddy wanted you to be king? Right. I was like, bro, you gotta relax.
So what do you think about the chess move that he had for like, okay, the funeral procession? Like that's gonna get sympathy.
That Reese Ephens, this entire episode was awesome, right? You have that scene where he's like, look, hey man, tough thing about your son, but we can use this, right? How do we move forward?
Yeah.
Let's have Helena and the Queen Dowager go out and look sad so we can drum up sympathy.
Mm-hmm. Let's have that stitching a little loose.
Let's make Rhaenyra look crazy. Boom, master stroke.
Yeah.
And then Aegon and Sir Criston Cole piss it away.
Yeah.
Oh, the rat catcher shit? Where I'm just like, you guys went through all of this trouble to be like, I was like, at that point, if I was in the kingdom, I'm like, man, Rhaenyra really is the cruel fuck her. She killing kids. And then 5 seconds later, Aegon's like, we hanging all the rat catchers. I'm like, bro.
You could have just done that privately.
He goes into the room and he's like, hey man, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then he's like, I had this whole thing. We had a plan. And then he's like, well, yeah, then I had Criston Cole and he's like.
And also remember, from an emotional standpoint, he also subjected his daughter and his granddaughter to horrific, a ridiculous amount of trauma for what he thought was a political end. He asked them to do that. I don't think he really cares about anybody other than Alicent, just to be honest with you.
But maybe even that.
Like, he asked them to do that, knowing how hard it was going to be, and then they did it for nothing. Mm-hmm. So he now feels like an asshole to his daughter and everyone, but also they ruined his plan. Aegon, great Aegon episode.
Oh, yeah. Aegon, here's the thing. Shout out the actor, bro. Sorry, I don't have your name.
Tom Glenn Carney.
He was, when he was smashing up the Lego set, I'm like, yeah.
He went straight Kylo Ren on that shit. Straight Kylo Ren on that shit. And
everybody's like, ooh.
But it sounds like you dug the episode.
No. I was thoroughly entertained by this episode. I was frustrated by the dumbasses. Because at least I feel like in Game of Thrones, I was just like, all right, we do have, like, you had Tyrion and Cersei, and you had people who could, like, Arya, who could, like, string together a plan. Besides Otto, there ain't one motherfucker on, like, in this entire
Are you
episode.
saying Otto's like 2015 LeBron in the finals? No help?
Yeah, bro. Because
put all of King's Landing on his back.
Also, to be real, like, Rhaenyra's like, Daemon, how could you? Oh my gosh, I'm like, Rhaenyra.
He could easily.
You've known this man for how long?
I mean, she locked in though, and this is why I love the show so much. It's because like the things it does explicitly versus implicitly, right? So she's sitting there, like she has a conversation with Daemon, has a conversation with Baela, right? And then you see her hanging with Aegon the Third and Viserys the Second, and she's sitting there, and nobody's like, it's silent, right? She's looking at her children. She sees the dust in the wind, whatever. The camera goes to her eyes. She's locked in. She's talking to Miss Arya. She's like trying to figure out what happened, right? I think like the back of the episode was good for her to see like, you know, like, all right, it's time for me to just get busy. Can't trust Daemon, right? I don't have him in my corner anymore. What do I have to now do to not only correct this error, but get back on track? So I think she was solid.
I mean, but if I'm going to be real, Rhaenyra, she ain't shit as a stepmother because homegirl, who's her stepdaughter, Baela?
Baela, yeah.
Baela comes in, she's just like, hey, yo, all right, your dad fucked off. I need you to start patrolling the skies. I'm like, we already lost one kid.
Well, remember, Jace wanted to do that. beginning. James was like, yeah, I'll go fly my dragon. Like,
and she's like, so wait,
She's like,
she didn't want to send her son,
She'll
the
send
white
Damien's
man,
daughter, though.
but she's sending our black queen up there to get got.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's a little fucked up.
it's tough.
Damon didn't even care. She's like, Dad. And he's
Yeah, well, Damon doesn't care about any of his
Yeah,
kids, and
like-
she doesn't care about any of Damon's kids.
Damon-
these black kids need to get up out of Dragonstone. I swear to God, bro.
Yeah.
They are not long for this.
Damon is basically like a Thomas Jefferson type of white father.
Wow.
All right, wait. How is he gonna dig his way out of this one? Let's see. Go for
I
it.
don't know if you guys know, but
No, we know.
No, we know.
We
We're
know.
aware.
Thomas
the audience.
Jefferson allowed his black children to live in slavery and didn't give a shit about them. That's how Damon treats her. She walked by, father. This is nigga. Go farm some indigo.
I'm not the father that stepped up. I'm the father that stepped off.
Go
Wow.
farm some indigo. He didn't even really give her like eye contact. He doesn't give a shit.
I mean,
about her.
also she had to go to Jay. She's just like, tell me about her uncle. What were your memories of him? I'm like, y'all don't even remember the ancestors in this motherfucker. Like it's crazy.
you know,
It was a very tender scene with the two of them.
I will say that like the show seems to be about like the limits of trust and like what actually trust means. Because when she's talking to him about the fact that she can't trust him, there's two ways to look at this. Number one, she did set this in motion,
Yes.
right? But she set it in motion with a very specific directive to exact revenge and get retribution from the person who killed her son, which also would be a very devastating blow to the other side militarily because he's so dangerous, right? And as a ruler, she's got to be able to trust that will happen. Damon went about it in, I guess, a less than specific way, but he also has a decent argument that he did not want them to kill any children.
Do you believe that though?
Um,
Do you believe that he says to Rhaenyra that he made a mistake?
I don't think he cares, but I don't think that I would be surprised if he would have wanted that to happen, knowing what the blowback would be.
But I don't think he was. Here's the thing. I feel like Damon that entire time strategically is playing it the way that his character has been throughout the entire series, which is, I mean, I don't want kids to die, but if you got like, if you're leaving, leave with.
That's what he essentially said.
Yeah, he's like, leave with something.
Yeah.
And I think honestly what Rhaenyra is actually mad about is that she should have known better. Where it's like, she kind of knows what it means when you're like, Damon, I need you to go get one of them. Like, well, she says, I need you to go get Aemond.
Yeah.
But she knows that Damon's going to leave with Aemond.
Does she?
That scene around the painted table was so funny, bro, because
He's not saying shit.
he's looking, and Rhaenys looks at him like, I'm familiar with your game. And he's like, you looking around like,
Damon, my favorite character, bro. Damon was.
And then Rhaenyra's like,
Because that's the thing. He doesn't even look sorry. He doesn't look sorry
Not
about
even
the
a
fact
little
that
bit.
happened.
Not even a
it's more of the
little
fact that he's like caught and out of the good graces of Rhaenyra. That's the reason why he's.
It's like they're talking about this thing that happened. You're like, man, that's crazy. What?
Oh, wait, but
not a
who's the
child.
baby?
Oh, no.
Who's the knight who was like, Rhaenyra's like, the realm can't think that I would do this. And then the one homie's like, hey, I don't know, grieving mother. You know what I'm saying?
It's
like,
that's an insane thing to say.
I'm not saying they would, but I'm not. And I'm bro, Rhaenyra, stop being. Because like at that point, I'm like, Rhaenyra, you're not this dumb. You know, everybody's gonna be like, damn, that was you, wasn't it?
Well, I mean, yeah.
It's
like,
easy to. Yeah.
It's like, well, they would think this was me.
It took a second to dawn on her. And also remember, another thing that the show does really well is it exacerbates everybody's flaws. She's doesn't have very much experience as a ruler. So
No.
like really the decision to like take revenge against Aemond was extremely risky and like bring me his head, that was made off emotion.
Yeah.
Like if you were going to think about the way Otto responds to this. The way Otto responds to this is the way that you should. Like it's a tragedy. It's terrible. It's the worst part of it. We can't get it back. So how do we move forward? That's not particularly the way people have been responding in in this story. They are so emotionally vicious towards each other because of their pasts, right? It's like really like the most dysfunctional family reunions I done been to.
Wow.
You know?
Did your family reunions include dragons eating children?
No, but other motherfuckers ate children. Like it.
What?
Now,
okay,
now,
let me tell you what I
now-
mean. Let me tell you what I mean. Just real quick. Story time coming early this time.
Okay.
We had a family reunion. It's like 91. I'm playing with one of my cousins. And my auntie goes, that's your cousin, right? You're playing with your cousin. You like your cousin? I'm like, yeah. She goes, that's not your cousin. I was like, yeah, it is. No, it's not. That's not his son. That woman think we stupid. We know damn well that boy not his son. I'm like,
tough.
I'm 10.
I was immediately about to ask how old you were at this time.
I'm like, I'm 10. It's like there's a big, I'll never forget, I'm not going to say the name, big smile on her face. Cigarette. She's gleeful to tell me this. It's not his son. We counted back the months. Like, that's not his son at all. It don't look like him. Look at the size of you, man. Look at the size of you. Look at that boy. That boy, that little runt. That boy ain't no Lathan.
Oh,
That boy, that's not his son. And so now I'm, throwing the ball with him, and I'm like, man, how you throw the ball? But these
So
are
it's that subterfuge. It's that seed of doubt that
these are the
family members
things
put in you.
that are like that when people get around and they have all of these secrets that they say, like, hey, your brother, hey, my brother was afraid of me. Nah, he wasn't afraid of you. He didn't trust you. He never, when he wanted to get you away, he wanted space and distance between you guys because he knew that you had designs on his throne. All of these secrets, when they come out at these different strained times, if you've ever been around a family that's dysfunctional, these are the things that undercut people and take them out of their emotional attachments to people. And it's happening in this show, but over pools and pools of blood.
Mm-hmm.
Like over pools and pools of blood. Like Otto essentially lost his relationship with his grandson. But it happens because his grandson literally killed like 12 or 13 people.
Yeah.
Like the rest of the realm and his family is paying such a blood tax for their unreserved trauma. It just hits in a different way to me. Because I've seen this.
And I think that's what the show's going to, I hope, smartly do for the rest of the season and probably series, is to know that the consequences of the small folk are the ones that are going to be the most dire to everybody. Because like we see echoes of that from the smithy with the relationship with his wife to know that like, oh, well, the king offered relief. And he's like, yeah, it's not really going to come, is it? It's
and then
not
the scene in the
brothel.
Aemond, the brothel.
Yeah.
Brother.
Looking real gangly.
That dude, he need a sandwich.
Yes.
He is sickly.
God damn.
That's how it was. I mean, in the late 90s, people was looking like that.
Ah, man.
Late 90s? Do you think this show takes place in the late 90s?
I know, but I'm just saying, it harkens back to a time when Vincent Gallo and Johnny Depp and all of them people were on the cover as Kate Moss.
Right.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Is Aemond likes the MILFs, I feel like. Was that the vibe? Because he was just like, hey, don't even worry about the sex part. Just rub my head.
Just hold me.
Like she
On some
kind of looked like
Homelander
a little
stuff?
bit like
Milk of the
Lazaro
Poppy in there.
Alicent a little
That's
bit.
how you know when a motherfucker's really sick. The people that go to the sex workers and go, just talk to me and read me a bedtime story.
That happens in every movie. He's just like, don't eat like sis.
We need more
They don't-
therapy
I need
resources.
someone to love me.
They don't even get jacked off or nothing. They just go there and they just like they lay down and they're like, hold me.
Man.
And I'm not saying I'm not saying that to each his own, but that's how you know somebody gonna kill. Because they just want some type of human connection. And so much so that they'll pay for it. He's just there all naked. Why you gotta
Can I pitch something?
Yeah.
The whole
You one of these hold me niggas? I knew it.
What? No, I'm gonna say I
knew it, bro.
This whole season of beef.
This hold Charles.
No,
is
the
what
whole
you're gonna
season
say.
of beef.
Ladies,
could be,
hold Charles. That's what you've needed. Like you're one of these hold me niggas.
Hold me Holmes.
Hold
Shout
me
out
Holmes.
Holmes.
Hold me Holmes.
I'm not even gonna like fucking fight this. Hell yeah. Like, I'm at the brothel. Y'all be like, is that Charles getting cuddled right now? It's just like, the Midnight Boys don't want to listen to me. This shit's trash.
They can't wait to see. They can't wait to see
Van
Charles
views
come
me
in.
as such an enemy, and I am
All
honored.
of the girls are like, "Oh my god, it's him! It's him! My turn! My turn!" 1,000 just for some conversation.
I was gonna bitch you guys. Some people have been saying the entire beef that started the summer was kind of an Aemond situation.
And he admits that he regrets what he did.
A pillow talk. Because here's the thing, Aemond's doing a lot of pillow talking right now. I'm just like, I don't know if this is gonna go well for you.
I don't know.
Probably not.
I mean, it probably won't. But I thought
We
this
saw
was
Masira. What's her name?
Massaria.
Massaria.
Syrup.
Massaria. We see how that all like anybody getting close to the royals, pillow talking, all that shit. You know.
Well, Massaria was a realist about it. Like she was nothing but honest with both
And we see
Daemon
what-
and Rhaenyra.
They burned her house down.
Yeah,
you
and
can't
she's
do
like,
that.
listen, this is the consequences I get for fucking with you people.
But I thought the Aemond scene was really good because I mean we kind of know what's going on with him, like his whole deal. For him to say it, like as a kid, I was bullied, and then I got big, and then they cut my eye out, and then I got this big dragon, and I actually started this war. Like my life right now, nobody used to like me. I don't know if they like me now. Like this whole thing is messed up, right? And so how he then moves forward, knowing that we know that he knows what his problem is, and how does he then go in the future? I don't think he's gonna be like, guys, my fault on the Jace thing. He's gonna be like, yo, let's start killing folks.
And he'll lean into that reputation.
Aemond gotta thug it out. Like
He's gonna thug it out.
I was watching that scene. I'm like, motherfucker, like stand up.
Now
Like,
now we know, like, yeah, he's a soft side to him, but it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, he's got to do what he's got to do, right?
So, in the all-time, because we've talked about the most treacherous and bad characters, right? When you think of treachery, fecklessness, criminal insanity in the history of Game of Thrones, you think Joffrey.
Yeah.
You think Ramsay.
Mm.
You think what's his name's dad, Tully.
Oh,
that
yeah.
Yeah, you think there's certain guys that you think of, but when you think of all time Game of Thrones fuckboys, and I gotta call myself to the front of the congregation with this because
please.
The Criston Cole, man.
That's your boy.
That was your boy,
That's your
bro.
boy.
Yeah, that was
You
your
gotta
guy.
defend
Stand
him.
up.
I'm sorry.
Stand up.
Come on, bro.
I can't.
What?
How
It took a week, bro.
Shocking.
It took a week.
Shocking.
of all-time crash outs.
I mean, D1, like, this is level, like, this is
What,
2012
crash
Messi.
out?
Brother, I mean, if you want to talk all the way back from season 1, after
To
Rhaenyra
now?
said, hey, man, I'm not going to go sell oranges and cinnamon with you on the sea. From that moment on, I have not seen a character, like, fall from grace in a long time. Like, this
We
is...
watching the different show then.
What are you talking about?
This man crashed out with a child, this freaky ass nigga, and then he's smashing the fucking queen,
Okay.
and now he's the hand of the king. Did not deserve any of this. So if I'm just looking at the stats, I'm like, motherfucker, you
Yeah, but
have
what does he
come
do in this
up-
episode? Projects
Brother
onto his
man.
own soldiers that, like, you fucked up this entire watch thing. And they're
Yep.
like, no, where the fuck were you? And sends off a dude to his death, essentially.
But he
On a
gets
bullshit mission.
the only person where I'm just like, Sir Eric was probably like, damn, where was you, cuz? And he's like, I gotta get this motherfucker.
This right here is the crowning fuckboy moment in the history of Game of Thrones television. I'm
Yeah.
serious. man.
Easily.
Like
Yeah.
it really is. First of all, he was getting his dick wet. And that's the reason why all of this happened, right?
King shit. I love it.
Getting his, and then he sells the fact that he's mad at Eric so well that I actually was like, "Yo, did Eric do something wrong?" Like I was no, he didn't.
Not
he
for
did
a second
nothing.
did I
Like,
believe
And
that.
also, he
Not
did
even
it-
a little
this is
bit.
how you know who's the ultimate fuckboy shit. Because like Eric, he's like, man, have you ever just like you worked an overnight shift, like the graveyard shift? You come home, you like, dog, I've been waiting to eat just a good meal all day.
Finally got to the break room.
Just finally got to the break room. Sir Criston Cole walks up. He's like, hey, motherfucker, I need you to stop eating.
Yeah.
Eric's like, bro, can I
Please.
finish, please? And he's like, nah,
shout out to my two guys that was just like,
Oh,
we
yeah.
out.
Not
We
my
out.
business, not
Like,
my problem.
Hey man, Debo here, we gone.
yeah.
But like the singular amount of cowardice that the character has, it's phenomenal. He's not a coward. If you pop up on him with the sword, you're gonna get your action, right? But he's an emotional coward.
Mm-hmm.
Like he
won't face himself in the things that he's actually done and like the things that's led him to this terrible situation.
Guys, what show are we watching, man?
What
are you talking about?
Here's the thing. Sir Criston Cole is not long for this world. You know what I'm saying? Just in terms of this universe. But damn, if I was this ineffectual at my job and just motherfuckers just kept raining shit on me, he came up during this episode. Like,
what are you talking about?
Criston
Cole? Are you talking about just his position on the board? Like he's got a promotion?
He has not done...
Tell us why this is a good Criston Cole episode.
Because he has not done anything to deserve this. Like, even when Aegon turns to him...
When you say this, you mean the job that he has.
The job, like, in terms of, like, this motherfucker has fucked up more than any other character on this series. And at every single turn, the universe is just like, damn, we should give him a fucking promotion. If anybody, if we're just Game of Thrones, I'm just saying, he's playing the game.
All right, let me tell you something right now. This is a masterclass in Charles right here. Let me tell you why. Charles is looking at this from an entirely self-serving.
Yeah. And guess what?
We're thinking about how bad Criston Cole is for everybody else. He sent the man to his death, right? He sent the man to his death just because he feels bad that he was fucking somebody when he should have been looking at them.
But also, Sir Eric did look at him, and he was like, where were you? And that's when he's like, we gotta get him.
And Charles is saying, well, shit, it worked out for him.
Yeah.
It did.
Well, like it worked. That's not what we're talking about, though. We're talking about how bad people do bad things. Charles is like, yo, he came up. I don't fucking care. It don't matter what he did.
He did what he needed to.
He ended up handing the king.
I'll ask you this. You know, you at the concert and Jay-Z's about to give you like the Rockefeller chain. Are you about to be like, damn, I don't deserve it? Or are you like, motherfucker, I'm gonna just take this shit?
I don't want the Bob Kraft Rockefeller chain. That chain ain't the same, man.
Wow.
You said Holmes can keep it.
So in like 96, that would have meant something a bit more?
I swear on my dad, y'all niggas can get mad if they want. I don't want that bitch. Like, and they don't want to give it to me, so whatever. Shout out to everybody. Love everyone. Make all your money. Do your music. Do everything that you've been doing. I'm proud of you. I'm very happy for you.
If Holmes sent you a Rockefeller chain, you sending it back?
I don't want that bitch.
The Criston Cole thing is it's annoying, bro. She's like, you know, have you told anyone? He's like, no. What do you take me for? One who seeks absolution. There is none for what I've done. Right? He gets it. Right? Totally gets it.
Wait, what is he talking about?
Well,
because he's done so many things.
Everything, the entire thing.
I'm like, so he's starting with having sex with Rhaenyra, going all the way up.
The entire thing, and at the end of the day,
yeah.
I mean, hey, he's a fan. Like,
Well, and it was also kind of a fucked up situation that like she kind of did or did not make him do that.
Wait.
Steve.
Wait, what is this? You feel like
there's an argument being made that like when Rhaenyra did that with Criston Cole, that like she was like kind of like demanding and coercing of him to do that because she's the princess and she demands that of the Kingsguard.
She was a child, Steve.
Well, bullshit.
What is going on right now? He was just like the whole episode in the first season. He's like, "Damn, if you really want me to, I guess."
But let's move it to Alicent right now.
Yeah,
because Alicent's Queen Regent, exactly right.
Yeah.
Can she have a relationship with the Kingsguard that is appropriate? Can she have one? Because she's the Queen Regent. So you're saying. So
aren't they supposed to be book readers?
They're supposed to not have sex.
They're supposed to not have sex. So like he's already breaking that rule, and he's broken this rule twice where he's not supposed to be having any relations with any of the royal.
They're broken the rule. He's breaking the back.
Okay, but here's the thing: how good is the sex really? Because I was thinking about this for like ever since I seen the episode.
You were thinking about.
You have to follow with me here. Like because
you were thinking about Sir Criston Cole's.
Don't stop, Jomi. Don't stop.
Just go ahead.
Is Alicent giving him the hook to, right?
Oh,
Because-
he just wanted to say it.
Because
Hold on.
hold on.
Wait.
Hold on. Let me
Hold
cook.
on.
Let me cook.
Wait, nope. I gotta stop you. And I'll
Can
tell
I
you why.
cook?
I gotta stop you and
Can
I'll
I
tell you
cook?
why.
What
Let me tell you why I
Let
gotta
me
stop
cook.
you. That's the biggest milk merchant thing we've ever done.
Like,
Jomi
what
saw
are
a
we
new
doing, bro?
white sex star.
Oh my God.
And he had to reach out to her. He's hoping that she sees this. The Hawk Tour had no place in
Yeah,
this
man.
discussion.
It did though.
Wait,
Jomi,
did you
it did
you
though.
see her being like, oh, they cut out my animalistic sex scene? Alicent
I
was
did
saying,
read that. That was crazy.
Hey,
I was
were you just like, we need
so
that? I
Jomi,
need that in
look
my
into
life.
this camera right now
What's
and
up?
tell Hawk 2 girl how you want her. Hey,
It's not happening.
hey, I got somebody for you. I don't know who
Here's
stain
my-
you spit
here's
on
my
right
What do
now.
you want to
process.
explain to
But I got
Alicent?
like
Jomi,
a
explain it.
Nigerian right
Here's
here.
my thought process, right?
Yeah.
Because that at the end of the episode, right? She starts slapping him, and then they go like it looks like, all right, well, that looks kind of freaky, and then they go off and have sex, but it doesn't feel like they're enjoying it. This isn't something that's
You weren't
This
bringing
is
up that part?
Self-loathing type
this
of
is
thing.
like this is not like two people who like each other. I don't even think they like
all
each
they
other.
do, first of all, you're so, that's like cute that you said like you have to like somebody to have a good
It-
That's
but
like-
it's-
that's
How
actually-
would you?
yes,
How
actually
would you
cute.
have laid it down if
But
you were Sir
they
Criston
don't
Cole?
even-
What
but
did he do
this-
wrong?
this-
All
it
they
just-
do is fuck. They like to fuck.
Yeah,
all they
but
do is fuck. Every time you see them together, it's fuck time. Like all
why?
like
It doesn't like
What you
it-
mean, why?
I mean, I
Why?
get why, but it's bad. It's
It's
like we
bad?
know it's toxic.
Why?
We know, but like I'm watching these characters, and I'm like,
I'm literally more confused than I've ever been before in my life.
This is a
I
glitch
want-
out, bro.
no, I want better for these two. I don't want better for these
You
two.
want
I
better?
don't
want better for
They
these
are
two.
fucking.
Can the producer,
bro.
hey,
I
can
don't-
the producers
I
jump
don't-
in? Can
I
the
don't
producers jump in
understand.
here? Can somebody?
Like-
can
Kerm, can
Kerm,
you
guess-
save
Aleya,
Jomi, bro?
Can y'all explain to Jomi why people like to have sex?
I'm not saying,
'Cause it
but why do
feels
these?
good?
I mean, here's the thing.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
I want to walk with you on this, Jomi, because I
I-
think that like the reason that Alicent's kind of in conflict with like going back to him and saying we can't do this anymore, but we'll do it again.
Yeah.
We can't do this anymore, but we'll do it again. Like this is the sort of like
Are y'all
juvenile young person like
Trying to
like,
recapture their youth.
trying to recapturing their youth because her
Yeah.
entire existence from when she was a teenager
That's
till
true.
now
Because
was fucking
she's
a
no,
sword
I
and
get
a
it,
leopard
but also,
of a king.
like,
Yeah.
she wants some dick. Like, it's
Yeah,
like,
what the fuck are y'all talking
what
about?
are we doing?
Am I deep in it?
Have y'all never been with somebody that's like, hey, we really need to stop doing this? And you like, yeah, I get it. It's fucked up.
Am I deep in it?
Yeah, you are. It's like it's fucked up. We probably shouldn't. We friends. We shouldn't go over that thing. And then like a couple days pass, and it's like,
Well, here we
Yo,
go again.
where you at? I'm at the house. Like come by.
I know you don't have to be in love, but these people like hate each other.
Okay, all right,
Bro,
hold
they-
on.
That's
hate each
that's
other.
when it's
Aleya,
Let me
please.
jump in. Let me jump
Aleya,
in. The
thank
thing
you.
we're missing here is the idea that this is a power play for Alicent.
Thank you.
It's the idea that she needs, every time that they get together, it's when she's slipping out of control and she needs to control something. And every scene that they have when they're having sex is about her control of the situation.
Okay.
So
like
that's
that.
where we're going
Yes.
with
So
it.
I think that makes
That
a
makes
lot of sense,
yeah.
except for the last time. And the let me tell you why. The
What
last
we
time-
end the episode
what
on.
we end the episode on. I think that makes a lot of sense. I think that actual love scene between them is a reversal of that. I think it's the first time it was reversed, and I'll tell you why. Because she asserts power on him, and he doesn't move. She slaps him. She slaps him. He continues to. As soon as she comes in, he stands up, and he's in front of her, and he. At this point, she's at her weakest, and he's at his most powerful.
Mhm.
He's the hand of the king. He's like fallen into all of this. She hits him, he hits him, and he continues to move towards her till he overwhelms her. Till you actually in the scene. First of all, this is one of the most well-acted shows I've ever seen before in my life.
Yeah.
You actually see in the scene, you see her submit. You see her mouth half open. You see her face soften. Like, if he'd have left the first time she hit him, it'd have been like, oh my God, he's gone too far. But that's not what happens. Like, she hits him a couple times, and then she gives into him, then he gives into her, and now it seems like there is some sort of trauma bond between them. Like, and it's almost on equal terms. Because the thing about it, the first time we see them, he's going down on her which is something that men should do. Make sure you be very open and pleasurable to your lovers. Okay, just make sure you're giving. All right.
Wait, why are you guys going should women not have? What is
agree
wrong
with him.
with
He
you
just
guys?
didn't have to do that. That was like a side
I just
road
want to
he
make
didn't
sure
have to take.
people.
All right,
people
women should have their.
pleasure.
Nobody is disagreeing with you.
Right. So
Nobody's.
Then
disagreeing
why
with
are we all doing acting like Van is a
Because
fucking degenerate?
He's not wrong, but at the same time, he didn't have to say that.
Why not?
Didn't have to say that.
There's a lot of women out there right now that are going, "Thank you, Van. We appreciate that."
Yeah.
Can you imagine everybody just saluting YouTube like, our guy, Van,
Finally,
like,
somebody said it.
The first time you see it,
The
the first time you
anti-DJ
see them, they're like the second time you see him, she is woman on top. That's her thing. It seems like she's using him as a sex toy, right?
Mhm.
And then, but the last time you see him advance on her. You see, and it seems like she kind of gives into it. So I wonder how their relationship will be. Aleya's right.
Yeah.
Until the last time, I wonder how their relationship will be now moving forward, which was the most.
He's kind of
He's end of the game.
Now that there seems to be something that bonds them, that is a little bit more than just her nature. Because the funniest scene of the episode easily, she's feeling like she's lost her power in the relationship because it's been discovered, and she's feeling vulnerable about it, right? She's feeling vulnerable about it because Helena discovered it. Yeah. She mentions it to Helena. Helena's too fucking out there. like Helena's like, but she mentions it to Otto. Yeah. She goes, "I've sinned." Otto goes,
I don't want to hear
I
about
don't
that shit.
I don't want it.
I wish
I get it. I get it, Otto.
No, Otto already knows. He's like, I don't.
Already knows. Has done enough today.
Yeah,
He's like, keep that.
I have had a rough day.
Keep that to yourself.
Otto's
Otto's
like, my little girl, little baby, I love you. You fucking. I don't want to fucking. I don't want to hear. We got bigger fish to fry.
That's between you and your guy.
I will say the thing that I think this episode does really, really well, because I do think the reading that you guys have on Alicent and a relationship is totally correct, is that this is an entire episode where the women in this world are looking for men who not only see them as like nuanced individuals, but will accept their power. Like we see like Rhaenys and Corlys in the bed having sex, and it's like, or after, and like Corlys, you realize in that moment, like he has kind of submitted to Rhaenys and be like, no, like I get who has the power here, just in terms of like right now. You see Daemon and Rhaenyra, and Daemon just can't. She's not asking like, do you see me as queen? Like, am I your queen?
Yeah.
And he's just like, he pieces out. He's like, fuck this. And I think the thing that's happening with Alicent and
Cole.
Sir Criston is interesting, because when he asked Rhaenyra all those years ago, hey, you want to go plant some orange trees? That's the minute when he's no longer submissive. Mm-hmm. That's the minute where he's just like trying to lead this, be dominant. And she's like, fuck out of here. And this is an episode where Alicent, where it's like, damn, do I really like Sir Criston Cole when he's not being submissive? And I think the answer is probably not. Like, that's probably why these powerful women like him.
And that's why I had the initial question, because when not being a Kingsguard, being hand of the king now, maybe, and Helena see him, maybe it's not a secret anymore. Maybe you kind of, start to move things into light. Maybe people start to know.
How?
Does it still work if it's not taboo, right? Does it still work if, I can do this now and it's not the end of the world?
It's even more taboo now, because here's the thing. If I'm Aegon and I am basically like, hey, my right-hand man is also the guy who's smashing my mom,
which he does not know that.
I don't think he would care about that shit.
You don't think Aemond would feel a type of way about that?
Oh, Aemond might care, but I think
you don't think Aegon would care?
No, I think they would use it in different ways. I think Aemond would think about how he could use it to his advantage, in terms of that. But I don't think Aegon would care. I don't think Aegon cares about stuff like that. Like I don't think Aegon. Plus, you're supposed to want your mom to be sexually satisfied. I hope all you guys hope that your mother.
Do we want to bring up the tweet?
Bring it up.
So what's going on, Van?
That was a long time ago.
It was not that long ago.
Wasn't that long ago. Okay, a while ago I had a tweet, and this was the tweet, and I'll just go back to it real quick. The tweet said,
"Why did you do this to us?
Why did you do that, Charles?"
The tweet said something like, "Our mothers sucked our fathers' dicks, but we don't talk about it." Okay.
Charles, what are we doing here?
Yeah, so all I want to know is, let's say you're Aegon in this scenario, and your best friend, you hear he's blowing your mom's back out. Are you just like, yup, man, I'm promoting you within the organization? Is that what you're doing?
So let me tell you guys something real quick, and nobody's gonna believe me. I don't care.
You play stop the cap.
No, I
bro.
believe that. I definitely
you
believe
guys,
that.
Like,
but
I don't look at sex as this like super like Jomi could fuck my mom.
Yo!
Right.
No.
Cut it, bro.
Stop.
Cut
What
the
are we
show.
doing?
I'm gonna see you
That's
guys.
it,
Hey, I'm
bro.
gonna see y'all guys.
That's
man.
no, man. Nah.
Hey, Chuck, I'm gonna see you, man.
Man.
You feel me? All right, guys. Hey, I'm gonna see y'all.
Nah, bro.
I got it.
What the fuck? Explain. Expound.
If my mom was happy, if my mom liked Jomi, and Jomi liked my mom, and I'm sorry, if my mom was happy and Jomi liked my mom, and my mom liked Jomi, what would I if
So you're not pulling an Otto Hightower. If your mom sits you down and be like, hey, I want to confess.
No. I'm gonna be like,
Right now,
I
I'm
don't need
like,
to hear it.
I do not wish to
definitely
hear
gonna be like,
this.
I'm definitely gonna be like, I don't need to hear it. But if my mom, my mother was married for a very long time, right? She got divorced. I want nothing more than for my mother to have like a full life. So I want her to have like a little
No, you're
tenderoni.
such a liar, because the moment you and Jomi get into an argument,
I swear
and
to God, I
Jomi's
won't.
just like, hey, son, I need you to calm down. You're swinging.
Well, no, it's not. Don't try to sun me. Don't try to sun me.
Yeah,
Right?
see,
But wait.
Guys done?
That's more because
Oh my goodness.
you being with my mom shouldn't be you
No,
sunning me.
because he's the first time he's like, who's the little brother now?
He shouldn't be. It shouldn't be that though. He should just be able to have a relationship with my mom, right? And they should just be able to be cool. Like I'm not tripping. I'm not the one that's like if you tell me right now, hey Van, I like your sister or whatever, like, hey, go. I want everybody to have fun and have expressive lives. I'm not tripping off that. I'm really not. I get it.
This episode, man, you have been lying up a fucking storm, bro.
I promise you right now. I want to go. I know it makes people uncomfortable.
Don't need to lie,
and that's
son.
why the tweet. Appreciate you, Dad. It's like I don't know. I know the tweet pissed people off, and I maybe shouldn't have done that.
Maybe, just maybe.
Probably, right?
Maybe.
Probably.
But at
think
the
on
same
that.
time, the overall thing of the tweet is, yo, man, you shouldn't want your parents to like stop experiencing life just because you're uncomfortable with them having sex. Just because your parents lived a whole life before you got there, and they used to like to get down, and I want them to keep getting down.
I don't know if I need to hear Mama's hotels. I don't.
Maybe you don't. Maybe that's too much. But I want her to be able to.
I'm curious. I'm full experience, whatever. But Helena, there's a reason. It's not just the kid. Helena's like, bruh, like you see in the funeral procession, Alicent is just like, I got you. She's like squeezing Helena, like, I got you. And Helena's like, don't touch me.
Yeah.
She's just very much like, I know where that hand's
She's
been.
actually, to be honest with you, shut up. y'all.
Honestly, I don't even think Helena is that bothered by it, really. 'Cause she's like, hey,
I mean, she did
I know
fuck
what
her
you saw. Well,
That's what they do, though.
yeah.
True.
But she's like, hey, you saw something. Helena's like, yeah, I don't really care, bro. My kid just died. Like, you gotta thank you, but
Did you notice that was the funeral shroud she was stitching in the episode prior?
Yes.
Because she's
a
war.
dreamer.
Yeah.
Mm.
Sees it.
Work it out.
Wait, before we have to talk about, we talked about it a little bit, but like this episode, the big thing that you're supposed to basically feel is like the two Erics having the stool.
Yeah.
And I think Condell has said that, because I was confused that it was Sir Eric Howard, the good one, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Who
But
was
see, it's not supposed to be no good one. This is the thing with the greens and the blacks. Like it's supposed to be. But anyway, go ahead.
No, I know what you're saying.
I know.
but, like,
I know what you mean. Go ahead.
But he basically did reveal, because I was confused when I was watching it. I was like,
Who
wait,
won the
who won the battle? So he said, or I saw this on Twitter. If I'm wrong, people yell at me. That Sir Eric the Black killed Sir Eric the Green, and he's going up to Rhaenyra and basically being like,
Forgive
Well,
me. Yeah.
they make it confusing on purpose.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
yeah.
in the behind the scenes, they're like, we injure them at the same time. We don't want nobody to know who wins the fight until the end.
Because I thought they were gonna have to kill him because I'm just like, we don't know
Right.
which one you are.
And he knew that. Like they knew that they would never be, even if they, for some reason, they're like, are convinced that it was him. Like they wouldn't trust him.
I thought he did that because he was like, I'm a
Ashamed.
kinslayer now.
He just killed his
killed his
brother.
brother.
Like I can't.
Yeah.
Well,
I
it's
can't
twofold.
take
It's killing his brother. It's the shame of letting that happen under his watch.
Letting what happen?
His brother just walk into the castle and
Hey
nearly
man,
kill the
I'm
king.
gonna be honest with you. People gotta stop taking responsibility for shit they didn't do.
Oh,
like he
I
didn't,
actually agree with this.
like
Yeah.
like if he did that because of that, then it's natural selection that he out of here because he had nothing to do with
Very
that.
So wait, so
Natural.
let me ask you this question: if my twin brother, like we're all hanging out, we're at the Lathan household.
Mhm.
I go out maybe for a smoke break or whatever, and he comes back in with a sword and tries to kill you guys. If I walk in, I dispatch my brother. Are you guys gonna trust me, or are you like, we kind of have to
Now
like?
y'all both probably kind of gotta get the fuck out after that.
Yeah, it's
I'm
tough.
gonna put that iron on you just to be sure. Like, I got, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna double tap you. Just,
How do you know?
Just to make sure, because
can't-
I don't know.
No.
At that point, like,
Do you have similar hairstyles, almost exactly the same?
We used to. Now my brother looks like J. Cole. Shout out my brother.
Oh, so he's got okay. So then we
But
got
that was, but that scene, another intense scene. I do wonder why Rhaenyra didn't run out of the room.
I was wondering.
Well, she couldn't
starts
double
to.
back, and if she had to cross through them, she'd probably get hit.
The other girl ran out.
The other girl ran out, but she was on the other side of those two fighting.
Well, yeah, they're not really concerned about her, right? And then she gets Sir Laurent in, right? And he's supposed to be protecting her, but she needs to be there to see that happen, right? She needs to see Sir Eric, whichever A or E, whatever one
I get it,
got
yeah,
at
I
the
get it.
end.
Yeah.
And I think it's really like that scene is a microcosm of the entire show in the sense of, like, frankly, whether it was Eric with the A, Eric with the E, Team Black or Team Green, doesn't matter.
They're
Just
both dying.
two brothers dying.
And they
overall.
had to, and to be honest with you, it didn't matter
who it was.
who won.
Yeah.
They couldn't live.
Yeah.
And guess what? What a wonderful metaphor for what we're about to probably see. for
That's
the rest
the
of the
entire
season.
show. That's the entire,
entire show. Get
in a
ready.
bit. It's just two people fight over stupid stuff. At the end of the day, they both end up dead.
So
Mhm.
my
Congratulations.
question though is like, over these two episodes, which I've really, really enjoyed, I think season 2 is operating honestly on a level that sometimes season 1 could get to, but it would falter.
Mm.
So I'm having a lot of fun with the season, but I'm wondering if these deaths, besides being kind of depressing, hit the same as the deaths in Game of Thrones, because in Game of Thrones, you had so much time with these characters that when one of them would die, it wasn't just the surprise. It was the emotional investment of, like, spoilers for Game of Thrones, when like Ned or Rob or all of these people would die, you're like, I've spent so much time with them. This is a punch in the gut. And with like the Sir Erics, I was like,
Oh, I don't think their deaths would have been classified as main deaths in Game of Thrones. Their deaths would be more along the lines of like the Sand Spider dying or somebody like that, a character that you had been around with for a little while. The death was surprising, but not necessarily emotionally traumatic because you haven't been with them a bit of, you know what I mean? So I don't think they would have been. I think
but no
The
one
death
in the
of
main cast though.
the death of the king last year was a big deal.
Well, because
Oh shit, that one was a big deal.
As,
I mean,
as a surprise?
not as a surprise.
it wasn't
Face
a
was
gut
falling
punch,
off.
'cause
Like, it's
that
like,
one
oh,
was
no.
falling apart the entire season.
Not as a surprise. We know he had to die, but emotionally,
A
it
gut
was
punch,
it
yeah.
was
No, sure.
definitely a gut punch.
But
to
even
see him go.
the prince, Luke,
Yeah.
his death to me wasn't that. I was like,
Emotionally impactful. I
yeah,
think
same thing with the Prince Jaehaerys, where right now, like I know that the characters feel these deaths, but sometimes I'm just like, well, Prince Jaehaerys was like an.
Well, I mean,
episode.
once
I don't-
again, that's more like a Bran Stark, not Bran Stark. What's the other Stark that got shot in his ass with the goddamn Rick? That's more like his. Shit.
Oh, whoa! I felt that shit when he was.
Aw,
like,
man.
Well, because
you
he's
know,
running the street.
I felt.
You gotta
You
run.
didn't-
You
you
gotta
didn't feel
run
that?
around
Serpentine,
like
serpentine.
something.
I felt it only because I knew what it would mean to John. But it's like I didn't really care that Rickon died. We didn't even know him that well. Plus, Rickon was a fucking moron. Like I don't give a fuck what y'all say,
Serpentine, man.
bro. Like shout out to Morris Chestnut. You know, I didn't told you this before. We got the zagging is just a thing. You're not shooting me like
Yeah.
bro. Like
Rickon!
Ricky. Rickon, he ran straight. They bust fucking Ricky ass, bro. I'm not even gonna get into Ricky because Ricky was supposed to go play for SC.
He's supposed to be faster than that.
I'm telling you, you wouldn't have hit Reggie Bush with that. Bro, man, shout out to Reggie, bro. I'm glad you got your Heisman back, my guy. But like, you wouldn't have hit Reggie Bush with that.
No
fucking,
shot.
Nah.
But here's the thing.
It would have
He's
took
more
you
embarrassing.
at least a couple. And Rickon run straight, bro. What's his name? Ramsey shot that bitch in the air. Like
He's playing with it now.
And by the way,
why did he look
by the
back
way,
and just like start running?
And by the way, no one helped him. John could have been like, "Hey, to the left, hey, bro, move! This nigga done shot the fucking." And like they just let this nigga run into the air, and then you want to act mad. Like after the arrow just came, he shot that bitch in the air. Like after the arrow just hit him, it's like, hey, nobody's like move, dog.
Or stop. Like, hey, stop for a second. Slow down. He's got the trajectory, obviously, bro. Like either move to the left or pull it back a little bit.
Honestly, we're making this into a video. Y'all think that you could outrun an arrow?
It's not outrunning
It's
an
not
arrow. It's
outrunning
outmaneuvering an
Bruh.
arrow.
It's not even outrunning, bro. I'm not. Look at me. I'm not exactly fast twitch, but it's not outrunning.
Do you think by zigzagging you could have done better than Rickon?
Yes.
You're not gonna shoot an arrow up straight in the air and have that bitch just fall on me as I run into the arrow. Do you realize he could have just stopped?
Yeah.
Forget about zagging.
Yeah.
He could have stopped.
The second
Like,
he heard it
bruh,
loose, then it's just like,
Ramsey is judging him based on the arrow. I'm not saying Ramsey wouldn't have shot again, but but you could just stop and the arrow would have just fell. I'd have had a fun game with that bitch. I'd have been like, Ramsey, you can't get me.
When you record next? Wednesday?
Yeah.
I'm bringing a bow and arrow. I'm testing
HR.
this shit out, bro.
You can't do that.
It's
I'm
going to have the
bringing a bow and
subject. It's going to
arrow.
be the Nerf one. It's going to be the Nerf one.
We should do a Nerf one though.
Yeah.
This is what we're gonna do. In the office right here. Somebody bring a Nerf bow and arrow. I'm serious.
Oh no! This is a video. We're doing this on social.
Yeah, you're
The
right.
Ramsey challenge.
I bet I can hit you.
The Ramsey challenge. And by the way, we'll invite all of the Spotify people who've taken over our office, and we'll see who can actually. We'll get somebody. Got to be Jon Snow.
Right.
Somebody got to be Ramsey.
And
We're
do
gonna
nothing.
see. Just watch, and we're gonna see if you can do. I bet you.
But you
won't
can't
hit me.
shoot straight. You gotta shoot
You
up.
You gotta shoot up.
All
You
right.
gotta shoot up. I bet you. I bet you I can
Nobody.
dodge that bitch. I promise you straight up. I bet you I can
definitely
dodge that
could.
bitch.
I think
bet you I
anybody
can dodge
could.
that
They
bitch.
had brain sense.
All right. So real quick, Steve has it on here, and I'm glad he does. The dog.
Tough.
Revenge of the century.
Tough.
I think he was sad.
He definitely was.
He
sad.
can be sad for a little
He
bit,
was-
but he's a dog that's on the street, and I know that he'll find a better situation.
I don't know. I had it. You guys ever watched the saddest TV show episode of all time, the Futurama?
I don't want to talk about it.
No.
He-
we
I-
don't
That's
do
what
that.
dog.
We don't do that.
That's
We don't do
that's
that.
what I got the feeling of. I'm like, this motherfucker's not.
It's like
he's
a
just gonna be
Hachiko
like,
situation.
wait,
Bruh.
Jurassic Park.
Bro, I don't.
Jurassic Park, bro.
I'm being so for real. I reached out to the writer of the episode.
Of that Futurama episode, yeah.
Just to talk to him.
Jurassic Bark is the episode that we're talking about.
Yeah, I don't, bro.
So you won't talk about Jurassic Park, but you talk about our moms getting sucked off?
Jomi,
Oh,
you don't
we
need to do
just
that again.
got-
We just
One-
edited around that.
I just feel like that's crazy.
One is a joyous occasion.
I just feel like that's
The
insane.
other one
We need to.
is something that's very sad.
Nuts.
You know what, you guys will grow up and understand that life is about experiences, and you'll want your parents to experience. I hope the people that all of y'all love, Kerm, everyone. I hope everybody.
Arkham Asylum Batman couldn't have beaten that information out of me.
Yeah, right. All right, that's fine. Act like sex don't matter. You want people to be happy. All right, look.
So the dog got his comeuppance.
yeah, the dog.
very-
No,
Yeah,
I thought
dog
the
was
dog, the
sad.
dog was sad,
The dog
bro.
was sad.
Dog was sad, but like, here's the thing. I think it's gonna be okay.
I don't know.
I think he's gonna be
Who's
okay.
I think he'll
feed
be
the
fine.
dog?
But Bozeman was like connecting with the dog because when the dog,
Oh.
when the dog, Bozeman was like, oh, I was like, oh, Bose, you don't have to worry about that, and we'll go around. I wish we could go around just beating the shit out of people.
What I
that
want
fucked over
is-
dogs. I wish I could do that. If I was gonna be Batman, it would be Batman on behalf of dogs.
Yo,
Right.
I have a pitch. You're a producer.
Yeah.
You know what?
Don't whatever you're gonna do, don't pitch it on this bitch.
No,
If you
we
wanna-
No
we
free
might get
ideas.
investors. You know how they have
We
all
gonna
those
get
fucking
investors.
shows like
the investor's gonna
Dateline?
be called Daniel Eck or whatever his name is, because he gonna own that bitch once you put it on here. Don't put it on here.
I was just gonna say, instead of like Dateline, we should have. It's a good idea. I want the investors.
You can't stop him. Can't stop
We
him.
can cut it. If people
No,
don't like it.
leave it in, because this is why niggas don't go far. Like,
I don't want to forget it.
You
don't wanna forget it.
Leave it in.
I have so many good ideas.
Leave it in.
Please stop.
Leave it- all right,
I'm
so-
begging you to stop.
You know how like Dateline, they're always like, "We caught you. You're a predator." I would love to do that shit where it's like dogs are like
to catch a dog kicker?
like to catch a dog. Like, you know, all those motherfuckers who like have these like, yo, I got these pit bulls and they're fighting.
Charles.
We should be like, we should run up on them and
Charles.
just start like beating the shit out of them.
Charles, can I tell you something?
Yes.
You know what the funny thing is? That's a fantastic idea. To catch an animal abuser is fantastic. And it will be on Spotify Live.
You guys don't want to see like the before and after?
I would love that show.
Do we enlist
that's
Chris
really
Harrison?
a good idea
Yes.
for a
Do we get
show.
Chris Harrison?
What?
No,
Have a
no,
seat over
Van
there.
is our, because here's the thing. Van would be sad each and every episode. Like, it'd be like,
No, you'd have to pull Van off of these people to
Yeah.
stop.
Hey, come in right here. Sit down. Sit down. Why'd you bring that kibble with you? You traveled all this way.
Who are you here to meet?
Who are you here to meet? What are you here to do? What I hear barking in the
Oh no, I'm
background?
not. I'm not doing
Nah, I just
anything. I'm
wanted
just
to
here
come
to.
to these dogs and minister to them and tell them why they shouldn't be fighting. All right, that's it. That's a wrap. Every Tuesday and Thursday, the House of R will deep dive into House of the Dragon and the Acolyte. Every Monday and Thursday, the Midnight Boys will give you their reactions to Hot D. And Thursday for the boys and the Acolyte. Every Sunday, Talk to Thrones will be up right after the latest episode of Hot D ends. Our producers, we are so indebted to them. Steve, the architect, Ahlman, Jomi, Jonathan, Hershey Hunk,
oh,
Kermah, Aleya and Paris Zenieris, Jomi, the explainer, Adeniran on socials. Hashtag handed the king Jomi. Yeah.
ooh.
Additional production from Arjuna and Ramgopal. Chuck, text out.
Mr. Holmes loves to be held. And our dogs will always be our buds. Jomi isn't here to fuck. He's only here for that good luck. Wait, so if the three of the Midnight Boys went skee ball right
I
now,
don't give a
and you
fuck.
weren't invited, you wouldn't bring it up at the show at all.
Y'all had a reason.
Play the song. Play Stop the Cap right now.
Dog, you
Please
are
stop the
such a
cap.
liar.
Give me an
You
example.
would never live it down.
Give me an example right now of when that has ever happened.
When you said where was the invite?
Like,
No,
if,
I'm not saying.
if I invite you to something and you don't come, it's cool. But like where somebody does something and I go, it's just not in me.
So if we all go karting, you will never bring it up.
No.
You are such a liar.
You
bro.
say that it's like no, I won't.
true.
No,
You would,
That's
it would be
not
a
true.
whole thing
Bro,
for
too much
weeks
pride,
on the
too much
pod.
pride, bro.
they can't
I
catch you
don't
carrying.
believe it.
I
Too much
really
pride.
don't believe you.
I
bro.
don't believe
Too much
it.
pride, bro.
Van can't be caught carrying.
I'd bring
I
that
can't
shit up.
believe
If y'all went
Too
go
much
karting
pride.
without me, I'd be like, all right, it's dead.
On my mama, if y'all was like, if I went on Instagram, saw y'all three hanging out without me,
We were on live. We were just,
it's about to be hands. It's no more squabbling. It's
But
too much
man,
talking.
Too much
man,
pride.
you like take it to therapy? Is it like a where like you feel it, but you just don't want anybody else?
You
You're not
guys,
gonna
I'm
say
telling
it
you right now. Like, I'm telling you right now.
Such a liar.
I don't feel bruh. I don't feel entitled to somebody else's party. Y'all went out, y'all did y'all thing, y'all have fun, cool. Like it's not. I don't feel entitled to somebody. I've never been like, hey, Pete, do you know? And by the way, this might be a Louisiana thing because I didn't really start running into that until I came to LA.
yeah,
Like,
the
yeah.
FOMO out here is.
Like,
nuts.
That is true.
they get. I didn't really start running into that until I came out to LA. It was like something happened. You didn't invite me. First of all, in Louisiana, you don't have to get invited to something.
You just
No,
show
I
up.
You just show up to people's shit. Like, I'm
which
just being for real.
can
Like,
get hairy, I'm
it's
sure.
like I want to like everybody over there. Oh, what y'all doing? Oh, we over here doing that. Okay, here I come.
No, I think it depends. Like, it's one thing. It's one thing if you got your own thing going on, or Charles got his own thing going on. He outside living his life. That's cool. But if 3 of my boys are hanging out without me, that's kind of crazy.
The Midnight Boys go do some fun ass shit and on purpose. We like, we should do that. We should just not invite Van and just see if he.
Well,
that feels so dangerous.
I don't like that game.
I don't like that. I don't want to play with that.
I wish Kalika was here. Like, I wish Kalika was here because Kalika has come up to me before. It's like, she was so mad that we didn't invite her. We forgot. And I'm like, hey, man, I felt like Clueless. Remember that Clueless?
Yeah.
The dude from Clueless. It's like, you bitches blind. Like,
Wait, by the way,
I was like,
it's more of like if we need a safety net, we invite everybody but Van, but we got to bring Kalika.
Oh.
she loves that type of thing because she's a part of this toxic invitation culture that people have. Like, y'all know right now that if there's something happening at the crib, y'all can pop up at any time. We thought about making a key for Jomi. Like, it is like that y'all can pop up at any time. It's not a big deal. If something happens and y'all go to the 3 of it, I swear to God, I'm gonna be like, oh, I don't know, maybe there was some sort of reason. I've invited Kerm to several things. Kerm never comes.
Kerm really never
I have a
comes.
reason every single time.
And that's gravy. So you know what that means? I will never invite Kerm to anything.
See, now that's what's gonna happen.
Isaiah comes through.
Isaiah popped through.
Man, what happened last week? I texted you.
Oh, you did.
I followed up with you, and you didn't follow up. Don't put me on blast.
Is this true? All right, we gotta start rolling. We catching man and some lies, bro.
No. He's right about that.